Hello and welcome to my Monday message. This week, we're going to be starting a short series on personal and professional development. Why are we talking about that? Well, to some extent, personal and professional development is the whole reason these Monday messages even exist. It's the whole work that I do as a coach, working with professionals and lawyers and business owners and leaders to help them to get better at the things they're already good at, to get good at the things they're not so good at, and even to start to take on board and learn new competencies, new capabilities, and new technical areas of expertise. But here's the elephant in the room: before you get good at anything, you've got to start out bad at it. And that's a really important message because you don't learn anything that takes nuance and skill overnight. You can't just take a magic pill. I wish you could. But think about it: when you were a toddler and you were first starting to learn to walk, you didn't pull yourself up to your feet and just start running marathons. No, instead, you tottered around a little bit. You found your feet. You face planted a few times. But when you first face planted, you didn't lie there on the rug, face down, saying with resignation in your voice, well, that's it. I suppose I'm just not one of life's walkers. No, you got yourself back up to your feet and you carried on pulling yourself along the settee or the sofa, and eventually you found your balance and you found your way. And learning is a lot like that. So let's talk a little bit about that learning journey. Imagine our usual 2 by 2 grid, our Boston box. The vertical axis is consciousness and the horizontal axis is competence. This is a journey that starts in the bottom left hand corner where you are unconsciously incompetent. You don't know what you don't know. And that's fine, but it is a blind spot. And the problem with blind spots is, well, the clue's in the name, you can't see them. When you start to do some development work here, you will eventually, maybe even quite quickly, move up into the top left-hand box, which is where you are consciously incompetent. You now have full vision of the fact that you don't know what you don't know. You start to know it, if you see what I mean. You get better at least seeing the areas of development, seeing the gaps. Over time, with work, and we'll be talking about what kind of work over the coming weeks, you move over into the top right-hand box, which is where you become consciously competent. Now you are starting to actually make a difference. You're starting to get technically good at this. But it's not until you move into the bottom right hand box where you are unconsciously competent, where it becomes part of your muscle memory, part of just how you act, that you really start to get very good at anything. It's like the old saying about the musician who learns something so they can get it right versus the musician who learns something so they can't get it wrong. And that's sort of where you want to be. That's the learning journey you're on. I hope that's helpful. Hope that's thought provoking. And we'll be talking more about personal and professional development over the coming weeks. Thank you, as always, for helping me to build this channel by liking and subscribing. And I'll see you next week.